Genesis 13, 1-18. Abram and Lot, Abram's nephew, each have flocks of sheep, goat, and cattle. Because their herdsmen were quarreling, Abram suggests to Lot that they separate. Abram gives Lot first choice to select the land he wants. The Lord said to Abram, Now go and look over the whole land, because I am going to give it all to you. Abram and Lot separate. Abram went north out of Egypt to the southern part of Canaan with his wife and everything he owned, and Lot went with him. Abram was a very rich man, with sheep, goats, and cattle, as well as silver and gold. Then he left there and moved from place to place, going toward Bethel. He reached the place between Bethel and Ai, where he had camped before and had built an altar. There he worshipped the Lord. Lot also had sheep, goats, and cattle, as well as his own family and servants, and so there was not enough pasture land for the two of them to stay together, because they had too many animals. So quarrels broke out between the men who took care of Abram's animals and those who took care of Lot's animal. At that time, the Canaanites and the Perizzites were still living in the land. Then Abram said to Lot, We are relatives, and your men and my men shouldn't be quarreling. So let's separate. Choose any part of the land you want. You go one way, and I'll go the other. Lot looked around and saw that the whole Jordan Valley, all the way to Zoar, had plenty of water, like the garden of the Lord, or like the land of Egypt. This was before the Lord had destroyed the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. So Lot chose the whole Jordan Valley for himself and moved away towards the east. That is how the two men parted. Abram stayed in the land of Canaan, and Lot settled among the cities in the valley and camped near Sodom, whose people were wicked and sinned against the Lord. Abram moves to Hebron. After Lot had left, the Lord said to Abram, From where you are, look carefully in all directions. I am going to give you and your descendants all the land that you see, and it will be yours forever. I am going to give you so many descendants that no one will be able to count them all. It would be as easy to count all the specks of dust on earth. Now go and look over the whole land, because I am going to give it all to you. So Abram moved his camp and settled near the sacred trees of Mamre at Hebron, and there he built an altar to the Lord. So the source of Abram's and Lot's herdsman dispute were for pasture for the sheep, or animals. Abram is portrayed to be a peaceful man who actually let his nephew choose the land that they want and just take whatever is left over, and didn't really it's not someone who doesn't like quarrels, someone who solves quarrels. So Lot chose as he did because what he saw looked good to him. It looked like the Bible said looked at even like the Garden of Eden. And also I think it's also because it's lively. So he chose what looks good to his eyes. God promised Abram that he would give Abraham would look around, and that God would give the land that he sees to Abram, and that he would also give Abram many descendants. Yes, I've been in a lot of quarrels. Sometime when I was young, I acted rashly once, and I actually hit my dad during a quarrel. I got super mad and I did that. But since then, I've vowed to never do that again. And God helped me with my anger issues, and that I learned to be more in self-control of my emotion, especially when I'm angry. So do not don't get physical, or I still raise my voice, but I'm able to control it. If I feel like I'm going to lose it, I just say I need a timeout, and I'll talk about this when I'm cool down. So I would walk away. So just learn how to communicate. But yeah, there were a few situations where that did not end well, when I was younger. But now I've learned to peacefully handle situations, and also to let God change me so that I can be a seeker of peace and someone who end quarrels, not start them. Amen.